What's up? So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be looking at the top 10 rarest back bling in Fortnite. Now, this is something that's really interesting because I reached out to you guys on Twitter at TheSmithPlays, and it seems as though nobody is really aware of how many rare and uncommon back bling exists in the game. While the obvious answer to the rarest back bling in Fortnite being the black shield from the Black Knight, if you guys watch through to the end of this video, I think you will be very surprised by how many back bling there are that you didn't actually know about, or at least don't have. Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, leave a like, and we are just gonna hop straight into this one. So coming in at our number 10 spot, to start this list off, I've actually got two different back bling. And the reason that we're doing two is that if you're watching this video December 12th, there's a back bling that's the 10th rarest, but that is going to change over the next following weeks. And I wanted to make a little addendum for all you people watching later. Say hi. So currently, like December 12th through like the next week or two, the top 10 rarest back bling is actually Ice Mantle. Ice Mantle is the back bling to the Ice King, which is the tier 100 skin in the Season 7 Battle Pass, and it's part of the challenge set. So the thing that makes the skin obviously so rare is just the simple fact that the only way you could have this back bling is if you've bought the entire Battle Pass. Over the last week, I think I've seen one person with it, not including myself, which the only reason I bought it was just for the ranking Battle Pass skins video, but it is, as of now, one of the rarest back bling in the game. However, that is 100% going to change over the next week, so I wanted to throw that addendum into this video. If you're watching this video after Christmas, that's probably already changed, and I would say the number 10 spot in that case is the Rust Bucket. So I guess you could say right now Rust Bucket is the number 11th rarest back bling. The Rust Bucket was a free apology back bling that Epic Games gave out to players in Season 3 after they had 1 to 2 days of server issues. No one could get into the game at all, and for that reason Epic Games wanted to apologize and they gave out the free Rust Bucket. The thing that makes it relatively rare is, one, you actually had to go in and manually claim it 1 to 2 days after the server outage, and two, it's never coming back. So while it's definitely not the most rare back bling in the game, it is definitely rare, and depending when you're watching this video, the Ice Mantle or the Rust Bucket comes in at number 10. I'm looking out for you late viewers. I respect you, so thank you. All right, so coming in at number 9, we have Skirmish and Pursuit from the Save the World Founders Edition skins. So I actually ranked these as number 1 on my last rarest back bling video that I made in the summer, and I'm going to absolutely retract that statement. No, these are not the rarest back bling whatsoever. With that being said, they are never coming back to Fortnite. The only way that you could have unlocked these back bling is if you had have bought the Save the World part of Fortnite within the first year of it being out. So I think up to about July 25th roughly. And if you didn't get it then, you would never get these skins for Battle Royale. Of any skin or back bling or set of things that I would say are never coming back to Fortnite, this is the one that I'm most sure about. Just due to the nature of the fact that they are Founders Edition, that they're saying, hey, if you bought the pack, you get this. That, to me, it makes me believe that, really, they're never going to come back. So while there's probably a lot of you guys out there watching this that maybe do have these, again, consider how rare these are, just on the fact that they are, like, 95% not coming back. Actually, I would say, like, 99. Like, that would just be so rude if Epic Games did bring them back. Anyways, let's move on. This is a list that the first 4 or 5 are not going to be extremely rare, but it's going to start getting a little crazy in a few spots here. So our number 8 spot is Backup Plan. So Backup Plan is the back bling to Havoc, which is part of the original Twitch Prime promotional pack. It's a legendary back bling, and I have to say, also gets the award for one of the most compatible back bling in the entirety of Fortnite. You can put this on like 18 different skins that have red or black or both, and it looks amazing on all of them. Red Knight, Red Line, Double Helix, there's a lot that go cleanly with this, and it's also actually fairly rare. This again is just another case of a back bling that's never coming back to the game, and I would also argue many less people have these than the last 2, so yeah. Moving on to our number 7 spot, this is the Galactic disc. So Galaxy is one of those skins that you see enough because it's such a cool looking skin. I think the people that do have it often rock it, but it's still rare. And the back bling to Galaxy is the Galactic disc. This entire pack was part of the Samsung Note 9 pack where you had to buy a phone, you got a code, and then you used that code and you got these skins. So basically you had to spend $1,000 to get these skins and to get these back bling. So with that huge price wall in between you and this back bling, that essentially is what makes this back bling so rare. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our number 6 spot. We're starting to get a little spicy into here, and this is the Royal Shield or Squire's Shield. These were kind of technically the first back bling ever featured in Fortnite. They weren't featured until Season 3, but they were part of the Season 2 Battle Pass. So these shields are not the greatest looking, but just the fact that they came out in Season 2 when not a lot of people were playing, and furthermore are never coming back to the game because they were part of a Battle Pass, makes them very rare. This is one of those back bling that I see commonly, but not often. If I see a Royal Shield or a Squire Shield, I'm like, okay, you know, cool, like that's clearly an OG, and it is actually very rare, but it's not obviously of the rarest level. We're starting to get into a little bit, starting to get a little more spicy, but we're not quite there yet. The one last thing I will say about the Royal Shield though is that it doesn't really go with anything, which is really sad, because you want to be like, hey look, I'm an OG, but it only goes with the skins that it was meant for, which is pretty sad. All right, so moving on to our number 5 spot, this is going to be Telemetry. So this is once again another promotional back bling. There's going to be a lot going through on this list that are in fact promotional back blings. And this is part of the Nintendo Switch bundle. Okay, let's just be honest. There's some people out there that bought a Note 9 and like, you know, they're playing Fortnite. How many people bought the Nintendo Switch Fortnite bundle? Well, actually I did, but that's because I wanted it for this video. The reason that this back bling is so rare is the fact that the Fortnite Nintendo Switch bundle is pretty pointless. Why would you buy a bundle for a game that is free? It just doesn't make any sense. Very few people are going to buy a bundle for a game that is free. So for that reason alone, and just the sheer few people that I can really imagine are out there playing Nintendo Switch Fortnite, that makes this back bling very rare. I don't think I've ever actually seen it in a real game of Fortnite, so I mean that alone should speak volumes. Now here, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting deep into it. We've got 4 spots left and 5 back bling to look at. Coming in at our number 4 spot, this is going to be a response unit. Now, this is a back bling that I am willing to bet that not many of you guys have heard of. This was released late November and was part of the NVIDIA graphics card bundle. The only way that you can get this pack, which includes the response unit back bling, is if you buy a graphics card for your computer. Literally stumbling over my words because that is so ridiculous. And also it's like a really weird set of graphics cards that you have to buy. It's like the 1060, the 1060 Ti, and the 1070. So like if you wanted the new like 2080 or like something crazy, you wouldn't even get it. But like realistically, who is buying a graphics card for a Fortnite skin? Nobody. I also feel like this back bling was super under promoted. I saw very YouTubers like talking about it, or very like few advertisements about it. And actually the game player scene is from Hollow Point, the man. So I do gotta give a shout out to him because he was the only person I could find on the internet that even had gameplay with this. So also shout out to that guy because he does make really good content. Always getting me my battle stars. But yeah, the response unit is a new back bling with a huge paywall, and is just something that not a lot of people are likely buying. And finally, I didn't even know that it existed until I was doing the research for this video. So yeah, it's pretty rare. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our number 3 spot. This is partially probably why you clicked on this video. It is the Black Shield. Got that anti-clickbait going on. I'm telling you what the number 3 spot is before you even get to it. So the Black Shield is kind of same boat as the Royal Shield. It's part of the Season 2 Battle Pass, but it was the final tier, tier 70, with the Black Knight. I've said this a million times, but I'll say it again because it's really important. The Season 2 Battle Pass acted much differently than what we know it today. There were no weekly challenges that would help you get through by completing all these and getting battle stars. Basically, all you could do was do the daily challenges and level up. Now, you could also buy your way through, which I'm really mad I didn't do that looking back because I don't actually have this back bling. My buddy does. But basically, this made it very hard to get through the entire battle pass in Season 2. Like, I got to level 63, 65, I think, in Season 2, and I was only, I think, the 62nd tier or something like that. Consider, like, 63 to 65, I got the Sparkle Specialist, and I didn't even get AC/DC or the Black Knight. So ultimately, I mean, a time where not many people were playing and a very difficult challenge to actually get this guy made for this back bling still being one of the rarest in the game. The other thing I will say about the Black Shield is I think it might be the best back bling in the entire game. It pairs so well with so many skins because there's so many black skins out there, especially good looking black skins, because it's usually like the tier 100. And for that reason, it not only is it rare, but it's clean. It looks so nice. It looks so good. So I'm really sad that I don't have it because not only is it cool, but it's also really rare. But ironically enough, one of the rarest back bling in Fortnite is actually one that anyone could have just simply bought. This is going to be the ski bag from the Mogul Master / Alpine Ace skier sets of skins. So, on its own, I think this back bling just alone is one of the rarest in the game. But the thing that you have to understand is there's actually 8 different ones of these. So the reason that I'm putting this at number 2 is if you look at any individual ski bag. So let's say the Great Britain one, because that's what I have. I'm not from the UK, I just like the Union Jack. I think it looks cool. That individually is the second rarest in the game, tied with pretty much every other one. I've talked a little bit about how technically the rarest would either be China's or Korea because those have the least amount of Fortnite players actually on the entire game. So likely it would be less likely. What I'm saying is because Korea or China have the smallest player bases, they would also probably have seen the least amount of purchases for the country's skin. So I would say that while the entire set, it probably makes at least the top 5 for this list, any individual one is easily number 2. But, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one more spot. It's what you've been waiting around for, okay? That thumbnail. So let's get into it. We actually have a tie. And the reason this is a tie is because there is no way of knowing which one is more rare, but the thing we do know is that these two skins are insanely rare. These two back bling are so rare that we don't even know anything about them. We don't know how to get them. We just know that they exist. The first of two is the Penguin. Now, the Penguin is a back bling that is region locked exclusively to China. So according to all the research I've been able to do, there is a Chinese service called QQ, and their logo is actually a penguin, and they work with Fortnite over in China. The thing you have to understand is that the parent company Tencent, which also owns League of Legends, has a 40% stake in Epic Games. So there's like a big Chinese presence for Fortnite over in that side of the world. So I don't know what the Chinese service QQ is, but basically their mascot is a penguin, so that's what this back bling is about. It is very unknown how you unlock this guy, but what is known is that 1, China has a super small player base to begin with, and 2, I don't think anyone in the Western world or anywhere else in the world has ever seen this back bling. I haven't, and finding gameplay was even like stupid. So that's the first Chinese exclusive one, and then the second one was the one in the thumbnail of this video, which is Insignia. So Insignia basically gets credit for what I say is, besides the Black Shield being probably the greatest back bling in Fortnite. This thing is just so clean. I wish that it existed, but it doesn't. So while Penguin is related to this QQ company, the Insignia is actually different. So my sources here say that the shield is related to the Chinese gaming platform made by Tencent known as We Game. So both of these things are actually plays off of companies related to Tencent, which is the parent company of Epic Games. Now for Insignia, there is a source that kind of explains how to get it, but it was made in, it's in Chinese, and people tried to translate it, and it really doesn't make sense. So it says, to acquire Insignia, the accumulated game duration is up to 20 hours. That's easy. Okay, play 20 hours. From here, you invite any friend to enter the game. Makes sense, but this is where it gets very confusing. The friend then has to test the qualification, and this is the problem with the translation from I'm assuming Mandarin to English. Test the qualification and lead the exclusive back. So what I gather from this is you must have played for 20 hours total game time, and then it's something about inviting a friend to join the game, I'm assuming, like, that hasn't played Fortnite, and when you invite them, you get that, like, once they accept and join the game, I'm assuming they get one of the back bling and then you get the other. It leads me to believe that that's how you get this. But again, on the single fact that there are so few people that play Fortnite in China, it seems as though this is the rarest back bling in the game. And also, just the simple fact that I've never seen either of these and never even heard of them until recently leads me to believe that they are extremely rare. And yeah, that is actually going to be our list. Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't leave yet. I've got something kind of important to say. I haven't jumped on this train, but I thought as a YouTuber myself, I should do my duty in promoting PewDiePie and the Race Against T-Series. If you haven't yet, please go subscribe to PewDiePie. Before you do that, subscribe to me, then go subscribe to PewDiePie. Keep that train going, because it's just been a really fun thing, and I just wanted to do my duty as a YouTuber on this platform. That's all I had to say. Subscribe to me, then go over subscribe to PewDiePie. So yeah. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Was there any on this list that you didn't know? Let me know, because I didn't know some of these, so I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Anyways, thank you very much. I'll talk to you later.